Folks, and welcome back to an episode of the Complete Liverpool Playthrough with me, Dr. Benji FM, and we're going to kick things off by announcing that I've won an award, third place in Player of the Month for, what was it, the month of November? Third place. I mean, it's not great. Claude Puel at Southampton won it. Sam Allardyce came second, and we've rounded it off with third. 2 wins out of 3. That gets you third in Manager of the Month. I mean, go me. But you can remember, though, from last episode then, 2 games against Manchester United, a league win, very good league win, and then a sad, disappointing defeat in the League Cup quarter-final. But today, then, Southampton in the Premier League, almost rivals Southampton, I think, because of all the transfer business that goes on between the two clubs. So there's a bit of a rivalry. And then Real Madrid to decide who finishes top of our group. You can see it at the bottom there, both on 12 points. One side will top it, one side will finish second and get a slightly tougher draw for the Champions League qualification stages. So let's kick things off with this game then against Southampton. And yeah, we've obviously got a few ex-Southampton players in the side. We obviously, in this save, signed Van Dijk, again rumoured to be moving in real life. We'll probably end up at Chelsea, so good. I mean, Liverpool's transfer policy in real life it's a confusing thing. Do you know what? I'm not going to talk about it because it'll only make me sad. Right then, this game against Southampton. How are they doing in the league? 11th in the league table. Have they made any summer transfers of note? Minoz, someone I had in a previous save. They also signed Troy. What a fascinating transfer! For nearly 33 million, they signed Troy Deeney. Well, I never. Wallace has come from Lazio, and Morgan Gibbs-White from Wolves has also joined. On the out, we didn't buy anyone for the first summer in a long time, but Shane Long and Jack Stevens went. Let Jack Stevens go. That's an interesting one. But yeah, done a little bit of business then. We'll obviously be looking out for Troy Deeney in this game, and that's not something I thought I'd be saying when I started this episode, but there you are. Team-wise, we're going to go as full strength can be, really. Joe Hart will start in goal for us. Klein, Van Dijk, Matip and Williams at the back. And then Golan, Henderson, Mane, De Bruyne, Chiesa and Aguero. We still need more out of Kevin. Kevin does not perform well enough so far this season, and it's getting to the point where I feel like 60 million for him was almost a bit of a rip-off. So far, 6 games in the league and no goals, no assists. I guess we'll give him a little run now. With the winter around the corner, obviously post-Champions League, it'll be 1-game episodes, which we can fly through. And hopefully in those games, we're going to see much better performances from him. I noticed there, though, that after this game against Real Madrid, away at Bournemouth, away at Everton, away at Middlesbrough, and away at Stoke. So lots of away games back-to-back. So not ideal, really. But games there that you'd think, Bournemouth, Leicester, Everton, Middlesbrough, Stoke, that are winnable. Until that game at the end of the year against Tottenham, things should be going pretty well for us. Right, let's go into the game then. We're going full strength. I know we have the game against Madrid coming up, but let's put it this way. I don't think you can ever really go into a game against Real Madrid thinking we've got a really good chance here. I think the squad that we have is certainly capable of getting a result against Real Madrid, but let's not hope for too much, as they do actually start with Troy Deeney up front. I'm just surprised. I mean, on Football Manager, if you look at, to be fair, if you look at Deeney's stats, right, he's not too bad. Physically, he's very good. Only 5'11" though, but good finishing. Heading's very good. Penalty taking is very good, and some of his mentals are really good. Off the ball and composure though, which tend to be the best ones for strikers. Not the best, but that work rate, leadership, determination, and teamwork. That's what you're looking for. Bravery, aggression. He's got it all. Tadic, Jay Rodriguez there as well. Ward-Prowse Davis, Kevin Stewart, former Liverpool player. Lucas and Wallace at the back. Cedric Bertrand on either side. And Foster. I've always quite liked Southampton. Just as a team and as a squad. If I was a Southampton fan, though, I wouldn't like Liverpool. I'll say that much. I mean, even as a Liverpool fan, I can admit that. I mean, if I saw a team constantly coming after our players and taking them Barcelona, then I would be equally annoyed by it. As well, a little high five between me and Claude Puel. They're probably chatting about the fact we got first and third in Manager of the Month. Oh, dearie me. Right then, as the team prepare for this game, we are 5th in the division. We are 8 points behind Manchester United, who sit at the top. And as we mentioned before, Southampton in 11th will be looking to probably push for Europe this season. But we're going to try our best to make sure that does not happen. We'll see how the game goes. As the first action in the game, is Southampton to be messing about with it. And then Golan heads it forward towards De Bruyne, who loses out. And now Jay Rodriguez, who obviously in real life has gone to West Brom. That's, again, quite an interesting transfer from Tony Pulis. Of course, he's been at Southampton for a little while now. And he's been let go. I guess the price was obviously right, as Deeney holds it up. I mean, after everything I've said about Troy Deeney, I think we can all expect at least a hat-trick from us. He goes through on goal. Oh, God's sake. He bangs in the first one. What was it, 6 minutes gone? His 10th of the season. What a signing from Southampton. I mean, Tadic gives it to Davis. Davis plays a lovely little through ball. We're not really near it. I question the positioning of, is it Joel Matip there? Yeah, not ideal. And Southampton take an early lead at Anfield. Not good stuff from us at all. But will we fight back instantly? Maybe we will. Nainggolan with it now. Into Jordan Henderson. Back to Van Dijk. And we're working it nicely. Short triangles into De Bruyne now. He's got Aguero there. Keita on one side. Finds Jordan Henderson though, who, wow, has unleashed a goal. Deeney's goal was special. That was arguably just as good. Jordan Henderson, lovely move from us. I mean, an instant reply from the boys. That's what we're looking for in this sort of game. And De Bruyne then plays it into the feet of Aguero. Just lays it off beautifully for Henderson. He first time. I think that's the thing that struck me about it. I think it hits the post as well as it goes in. Not really expecting that from Jordan Henderson, but that's what I like to see from him. If he can do a few more of those this season, it's De Bruyne maybe with a chance to score. Oh, well, it's deflected. Is he given the goal? He is giving the goal. His second goal of the season, first though in the league. And Kevin De Bruyne, well, maybe that'll be the start to his season. That's maybe the perfect thing he needs, as you can see again from this angle. De Bruyne fires it into the corner. Lovely old job. That's what we're talking about. 2-1. Lovely. I mean, what a turnaround. After the goal that Deeney scored, I was panicked for the rest of the game. It's now Keita, number 15, driving at the Southampton defence. What a run from Keita. Oh, my word, Keita. How often do you see that, though? He takes on about 5 players, and then the finish is just sort of dribbled into the goalkeeper's arms. If he'd have scored that, it would have been unbelievably good. But yeah, 2-1. I mean, I'm a bit shocked. It all happened quite quickly. But we'll take it. Of course we will. I did have a few questions that were asked. People, last time I did questions, they were like, you focused a bit too much on the questions and not so much on the Football Manager. But one question I got, though, and I have answered this before, but I'll answer it again for those that are interested. You know, I don't even remember who asked the question. This is awful. I really shouldn't be doing this, obviously. But the question was, why did you start YouTube, and are you doing YouTube full time? I'm going to answer the questions in reverse order. That yes, I do YouTube and Twitch and a few other things full time. So if you're wondering that, there's your answer. But the reason I got into it was people that have been watching for a long time will probably know this. So I apologise if this is me going over old ground. But I started YouTube years ago. I was one of the first people doing YouTube in the UK. That sounds like a bit of a, oh, go me, but probably one of the first 100 people to get up into the partnership program, which was where you could get paid for ad revenue in the first initial YouTube community. I think I was in the first 100 people to get that. Did YouTube for a little bit at the very start, then went away for like 3 or 4 years. I'll just say it out loud, I had some really terrible depression, and that was a really awful time. And in 2014 started streaming, and initially always thought to myself, do you know what, I really enjoyed YouTube back then. It'd be interesting to do it in a completely different way, and I decided to become a Football Manager YouTuber, and we sit here now a few years later. And yeah, it's all going rather well. 40,000 people are subscribed, so it clearly was a good decision. And now it's led to me doing it full time. Although I never really got into this again thinking we could do it full time and it could be a job for me. It was just I needed something to take my mind off all of the things that were making me quite sad at the time. And yeah, this was that. And with the support of the people watching, here we sit. Now let's focus back on the gamers. Nainggolan's going to get sent off, so that's good, isn't it? 13 minutes to go. Maybe he just wants to be a bit fresher for the game coming up against Real Madrid. But I suspect he's about to get a second yellow card here. He is. And he's being sent off, which leaves us in a bit of a quandary. Now, what I might do, though, actually, is just play De Bruyne slightly further back and not change a thing. That's what we're going to do. Defensively, maybe not, Kevin. I'm not sure that's what you're cut out to do. What we'll do, actually, is we'll put Aguero further back as well and just play strikerless. Yeah, why not? If Southampton score here, I'm going to be devastated. Davis puts it in. It's headed away by De Bruyne. Back out to Davis, though. The trouble's not over, and they actually get a corner from it. But no, that's the story then, essentially. I will say that's the short, abridged version of the whole story. If you ever watched one of my streams, I've got into far more detail about things like this. But yeah, I started it because I thought... I watched other Football Manager YouTubers, and I thought, oh, for God's sake! That's not what I thought. Jordan Henderson's given away a penalty after scoring a great goal. Who's taking it? It's Troy Deeney. We'll come back to what I was talking about in a moment. Troy Deeney, though, is going to step up. Henderson's now going to have a word. This referee loves a long walk, doesn't he? He's done it twice now. Did it to Nainggolan, now Henderson. It's Mike Jones. Of course it is. Anyway, sends him away. And Troy Deeney to give Southampton an equaliser. It's Troy Deeney against Joe Hart. Oh, and Hart saves down to his right-hand side. And we keep the lead. This is an important win. We can't afford, really, to drop any points, especially on the little run we're about to go on in the league. That can't be happening. De Bruyne, I've just seen there. We've got no other central midfielders. Alexander-Arnold, can he do it? Sort of. And then Firmino's going to come on as well. Right, well, I'm bringing Alexander-Arnold on in the centre of midfield as the deep lying playmaker. Just extra legs, essentially, because De Bruyne looks very tired from the proceedings so far. There's a minute to go. Let's not do this now. Let's not have some sort of late needless drama. Oh, what have I just said? It's Troy Deeney and he's put it wide. Holy smokes! That's probably going to be the last of it. But as I say, I've gone into more detail about all this sort of stuff on my stream. But it's funny, it started off as a hobby, and I used to watch, a lot of Football Manager YouTubers, and thought, do you know what? I feel like I could do this pretty well, maybe in a slightly different way, and that's going well, hasn't it? Professional as ever. I've just not. I had some pasta earlier. I've just knocked the pot off with the foot. Some people don't watch these videos and they're really missing out. I feel like things like that going on. But no, I felt like here's me going, oh, I thought I could do it. I thought I could do it in a slightly different way, slightly better, and then there I go, just knocking shit over. So well done, me. A good win though against Southampton, and never an easy game. They've caused us numerous problems in the past, but yeah, that now takes us into the game against Madrid, where Henderson and Aguero are both. Well, Aguero's going to miss the game. He's out for 2 weeks. Excellent, thanks, Sergio. And Jordan Henderson is able to play because he got injured through jumping. So I'm going to make him wear a mask because that just sounds exciting. He could be like Zorro. Liverpool received some money for the Barini deal. Unbelievable. I've not actually played a Liverpool save this deep this year, so things like that are very exciting to me. Real life money for Fabio Barini. I mean, who knew that was even a possibility? Right, let's rest the boys who have just played that game, minus Aguero, who will just be rested anyway because of his injury. We'll give him 2 days off as we prepare for this game against Real Madrid. Might do a little bit of rotation. They might bring in Salah for this one. Maybe Firmino as well, of course, now we've seen this injury to Aguero. So options there for us. Emre Can may get a bit of a game. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Zidane is still manager of Real Madrid. I think Casemiro, I saw there, is suspended for the game. But let's face it, Real Madrid have the best midfield partnership in all of football. I'm going to very quickly do the third round draw. We play Newcastle at home. Not an easy one. Interesting. That should be tough. I don't know if Rafa's still in charge of Newcastle, but that would be a bit of a reunion. Should we just have a quick look at that for anyone that's interested? It is Rafa Benitez. Interesting. Right. Getting ever closer to this game against Madrid. I'm not going to do the press conference because Football Manager things, and because I've got weekly saves on, we will sit here and enjoy the game saving. So hopefully that answered the question. I'm really sorry I didn't have in front of me. Here's me saying that. Oh dear, mate, it's an embarrassment, isn't it? Really. But no, there's why. I'm interested to know actually. Maybe I'll do a comment question. Maybe we should do this every time. Maybe we should always do a question that you should answer. So you should ask me one, and I'll ask you one. Maybe we'll do it like that. Okay, my question for you lot is. Have you ever wanted to do YouTube, or have you ever done YouTube and maybe it didn't go anywhere, or you lost interest, or is it something that you're sitting there thinking, do you know what, I think I could? Oh, maybe you're watching me and thinking I could do it better than him. Which I think if you are thinking that, you should definitely get involved and give it a go. I'm going to rest Mane for this one, and I'm also going to bring in Emre Can for Henderson, who had an indifferent game last time out. Just freshen it up just a touch. Firmino's only got 1 goal this season though. To be fair, Origi's got far more. Right, let's play Origi instead of Firmino then. Fine. You've twisted my arm. Emre Shannon and going in the centre. Say Salah comes in for Mane. Yeah, go on. Let's see how we get on. But now, have you ever wanted to have a go at it? I just think, especially a Football Manager, the community seems to stay the same size, or at least has done for the last year or so. So I'm interested to know if people are involved. If you want to know how to get started, I'll give you the very brief. A lot of people ask me this. So how do you get started with doing Football Manager videos? The question, quite simply, or the answer, quite simply, is download a software called OBS. That will record your game capture and your microphone. Have a good microphone. Maybe use a webcam as well. What I will say though, if your computer's not that good, that will always hold you back, and that is not what anybody wants to hear. If they're like getting enthusiastic about doing it and then find out actually I can't do it because my software or my computer isn't as good. But that is the honest answer. So yeah, get involved. Have you ever wanted to get involved? What's stopping you from getting involved? Maybe time, because that is a problem for a lot of people. So I kind of get that. Right then. Anyway, Champions League game. Keita's got a chance early on and pops it into the back of the net. Pops it into the back of the net. 4 minutes gone. Just going to quickly check. Benzema, Bale, Ronaldo, Modric, Kovacic, Kroos, Ramos. They're playing for their full strength. So we've taken a 1-0 lead at Anfield. I imagine it's bouncing at Anfield today as well. 3 ambulances. Oh, my word. Balde Keita then puts it in the back of the net. Gives us the lead. 4 minutes on the clock. If we can see this out till the very end, I mean, I'd take the 1-0. We can have no more. We've got another highlight, but actually, it's in our favour. So De Bruyne, wow, Kovacic. I said before, Casemiro's out. Kovacic is coming in to replace him and giving away a foul. Surely a booking as well, referee. Get your yellow thing out, your card. Come on, where is it? Yellow card, there it is. And a penalty kick to be taken by Divock Origi. We're giving him the start then. Obviously, Aguero's injured. He starts ahead of Firmino. Can he make it 2-0? Divock Origi, he's at the post. Pop it in, someone Salah there with a rebound. Of course, if you don't know the rule, technically the ball's not back in play if it hits the crossbar or the post. So another player, it is back in play, but it's like an indirect free kick. The player who takes it can't hit it again. So Salah knows this, as does Origi. Origi stands very still. Salah drives in there and gets in the rebound. Lovely follow-up. Do you know what? You very, very rarely see that on Football Manager. I can't remember seeing it this year, to be honest. But there we are. As Varane looks for Ronaldo, who gets in behind our back line, pulls it back. Gareth Bale makes it 2-1. That's the problem, isn't it? Real Madrid have got so many good players. We're always going to be in a spot of bother. That ball from Varane, I mean, he's their centre-back. It's as good as any ball any of my midfielders could play. Ronaldo pulls it back then, as you say, Bale, close range. The stand is a madness. It's mad. It's just crazy big. Anyway, 2-1 in the lead still. And this game, there's a bit of drama around this game all of a sudden. Something to play for as well. Napoli have had a... Do you know what? I thought Napoli would be far closer. I genuinely thought, right, Madrid would probably win 5 of the 6 games, and we would struggle against them and pick up points against Copenhagen, and then as a Napoli might share some points. Obviously, you remember, Napoli were the team that beat us so far, which suggests actually we've won 5 and lost 1. So our only defeat was to Napoli. We beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. And now it comes down to this game, if we can top the group. What would be great about this, of course, and this is what I've not really spoke about so far, is Keita drives forward into the path of Origi, shot straight at Navas. The interesting thing is that Real Madrid, if they finish second in the group, will play a team that finished top. That immediately knocks out, you would suspect, one of the better sides within it. And after our form against Madrid, we've looked alright. But that's probably a bit early to say as Sergio Ramos makes it 2-1. And now, technically speaking, our head-to-head is better than Real's. So, based upon that, if it's a score draw, we actually stay top. Only a Real Madrid win can see us drop to second. Well, that's actually giving me a bit more confidence. Okay, good. So as things stand, everything's fine. This is the same as 0-0. Forget everything you've seen. Hold on, what's this? It's Madrid going forward again. We've been on standard fluid the whole game, and I mean we've scored 2. One admittedly was a penalty that was knocked in, but forward again. Benzema into Ronaldo. Wow, Joe Hart with a massive save late doors. That assistant there is absolutely loving life. He was going all over. Hang on, is that the Beats sponsor Football Manager? Did I just see that on the advertising boards? Is that because it's a game in Europe? I've never noticed that before. Anyway, bringing it away, Klein forward to Salah. I suspect with 20 seconds to go that is going to be half-time. It is going to be half-time. And do we make any changes? I'm thinking we go a bit more attacking, you know. I think we start to take it to Madrid a little bit more. They've seemed a little bit uneasy. Oh, it's a good performance. I am pleased. Why does it do that? And now I'm going to try and fix it, and everyone's going to be confused, no doubt. Oh, no. Now, see, Origi's confused. On a 6.1 Origi, right, we're bringing him off. He missed a penalty. He's going to be livid. Yeah, I mean, he got the assist, but it's not great. Firmino comes on in his place, and we've got 45 minutes to try and at least hold off Madrid. Ideally beat them, of course, but try and hold off Madrid. As the corner, to be taken by De Bruyne, looks to the post. Van Dijk gets up. Referee! Sergio Ramos has fouled him. I've got no idea what he did. It was not evident, but regardless, I don't care. Well, we've got a chance. New penalty taker. Now, Origi's already missed. I've taken him off, and Emre Can has taken on the responsibility. Emre, can you pop it in the back of the net? Emre Can. Wow, only just. Regardless, though, 3-2, and knowing it's a score draw that gets us through to the sort of the knockout stages in first place as a higher seed, then I mean now Madrid have got it all to do. 2 goals needed. Navas is very close to keeping that out, you got to say, but Madrid need 2. We just have to hold on. I mean, we've got an attacking, we've got the penalty, admittedly from a corner, so probably not a massive influence. But regardless, they've taken Ronaldo off, injured. Morata comes on in his place. I mean, that's confidence building to take Ronaldo off. One of the best players of all time. Arguably, in fact, talking about Ronaldo, I reckon he's the 2nd best player of all time. I do put Messi ahead of him. Not everyone will agree. But, yeah, 2nd best player of all time, Ronaldo. I put him ahead. I mean, I didn't see them, so I feel a bit bad saying this. And I'm sure if you were a fan of sort of Pele and Maradona back in the day. You might argue that, but I just think the goal scorer rate, like I think Ronaldo is close to equaling Stefano's record with 100 less games, and like Stefano's considered like one of the best strikers of all time. So I just give Ronaldo and Messi so much credit. As Salah could make it 4 here. Doesn't matter how good Ronaldo is. He plays for Madrid and it's 4-2. There we go. We're unstoppable. Our squad is disgustingly good, to be fair. I like that Salah scored as well, of course, now a Liverpool player in real life. I just like the fact that... my favourite thing about this save, actually, when I think about it, is the fact that I've managed to sign Aguero and De Bruyne, which... a lot of it was down to the £95 million sale of Philippe Coutinho, but... Aguero and De Bruyne, second season for Liverpool. You just don't see it very often. I quite enjoy it. 20 minutes to go, and Madrid, I mean, this video could go on all night. Madrid aren't done yet. Morata with it, back to Toni Kroos, plays it off to this right-hand side. Isco, ball into the middle. Benzema's there, prods it past Joe Hart, and Real Madrid don't seem to be done, which is a bit demoralising. Toni Kroos slides it through to Carvajal. Isco now into Benzema, stays on side. The marking is suspect. Joe Hart beaten. We'll go defensive, shall we? 15 minutes, shut up. Nangolan's on a booking. We'll bring on Henderson for De Bruyne and just play Nangolan in sort of that defensive midfield spot, just covering the back line. He's on a booking. Probably a disaster move to put Nangolan in there, to be fair. But time's ticking away. Madrid, of course, need to win the game to leapfrog us. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. With 5 seconds to go, the highlights have run down. Hopefully that Nangolan switch just stops anything from developing. And there we are then, at Anfield. Full time here. Liverpool 4, Real Madrid 3. A nice victory, well done. Finally, they look happy with me. And there we are then, we go through. Now, the draw will happen in the next episode. It'll be Bournemouth as well as that draw. So if you enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to the next one, do drop a like. That's going to bring us to the end here of this video. And Salah with a man of the match performance. 2 goals for him. No tackle percentage. No tackles completed. We receive a little bit of money for the win as well, as we progress through to the knockout stages. And as mentioned, the games coming up then: Bournemouth, Leicester, Everton, Middlesbrough, Stoke, Tottenham, before that FA Cup game against Newcastle. And of course the transfer window will be around then as well. So with love, with care, from me to Benji. Until next time, if you enjoyed the video, I've already said it, but do leave a like, and if you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. Goodbye. That's usually how you end things, isn't it? So bye everyone. Bye.